Today on The Big Story, $29 million will be spent on upgrading 10 flats in Singapore, 10 private estates. Should doctors who commit acts of dishonesty be allowed to continue the practice? Join the debate. And finally, grabbing live crabs from a claw machine. Is it animal cruelty? Hello and welcome to The Big Story, where we talk about the hottest topics of today right in the heart of the newsroom. I'm Kimberly Jiao, coming to you live from the Straits Times newsroom. 10 private estates in Singapore will be undergoing upgrading that will cost $29 million in total. This is part of the Estate Upgrading Program, or EUP, which develops and upgrades infrastructure in aging private estates. More than 7,000 households will benefit from the improved facilities, including providing footpath lighting, installing wheelchair-accessible ramps, and improving the estate's landscaping and parks. Minister for National Development Lawrence Wong announced that more than $1 billion will be spent over the next few years for upgrading. Excluding today's announcement, so far about $187 million has been spent on upgrading 63 private estates. With us today is ST journalist Michelle Ng. Hi, Michelle. So how does this benefit the residents there?
EUP, this whole estate program, estate upgrading program, is for private estates. So these areas are mainly like condos and landed houses, but not everyone who lives like in a landed or condo are well off. So for example, in Westwood and Frankel, there are a lot of like older retirees, like older folks who just live at home, and the benefits for them would be like like having like better footpath lighting, installing like wheelchair accessible ramps, and improving the landscape of like the entire estate. So actually all these things, all these facilities are public. They are public facilities, right? So there are things like sidewalks, drains, playgrounds, the pathway that leads to your bus stop or to the school, and residents there don't actually have to pay for all this. So it's all done by the government.
Right.
Yeah.
And you actually went down earlier today, right, to speak to them. So how did they feel about this?
This afternoon I went. I spoke to a couple of residents in Mei Hwan, which is in the Aljunied GRC. I think most of them, they welcome the upgrading, because I mean, who doesn't like to live in a nicer space? Right. Yeah. So particularly in regards to like the covering of open drains, because residents there they told me that there are quite a number of children, like young kids who runs around like in the area. So like open drains sometimes might like have some safety issues for that. And also within Mei Hwan estate, there's also a playground that's right beside a condo. So like a lot of like kids from like the condo and within the landed house area, they in the evening, like 5-6 o'clock, they will just go there to like chill and have fun with your family. And so they want to see like more exciting stuff for like their children to play in lah.
I see. Just upgrade and refresh the things.
Yeah, refresh the things so that it can be a space for like the young and the old to like hang out together. Because there's also like a fitness corner in that area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a really nice space.
Right. So why are these private estates part of the EUP?
So the Ministry of National Development, MND, right, has this EUP specially for private estates because MND has there's like. Earlier this month, Minister Lawrence Wong has announced that the government is setting aside more than $1 billion to upgrade both private and public housing estates. So for HDBs, right, they have things like home improvement programs, for all these older housing boards and estates lah. But whereas for private estates, sometimes because they are not considered as part of like the town, they don't have access to all this town council stuff. So so EUP is to help this private estate develop and upgrade all these like facilities that's in their area. I see, because they're not eligible for grants and stuff like that. No, right? Yeah, so they get left out. So they sort of like get left out of like upgrading programs because they don't have access to town council or like housing board grants basically. I see. So this EUP is sort of specifically for them, just so that they can upgrade their area as well. I see. So if you'd like to see the full story, do head on to our website, that's straitstimes.com. Thanks for sharing more with us, Michelle.